How's it going? It's been a little while since we had a little chat. Um, let's see. My life is going pretty good right now. I just got done with college testing, so now I'm set up for the fall if I want to pursue like mechanical engineering. Well, no, it's manufacturing engineering. Um, Still working with Cutco, still trying to get into sales, get into learning more about how to communicate with people so I can have that confidence, that approach, that enthusiasm that I so seek, but at the same time, I'm still hesitant and really recluse to the approach that I feel like I need when I'm interacting with people. So I've decided I got to get into BetterHelp so that way I can have a counselor to really express what I want to thrive. Because, like, right now, I feel like I'm very matured, well, responsible. I feel like I'm moving linear, like, in this directional sense. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. I gotta be real. Like, shifting from, like, my responsibilities to my passions and interests to my career. Like, how do I want to spend my time? Do I want to spend my time in a box? Do I want to spend my time outside? Do I want to spend my time and myself around people that aren't like-minded, or do I want to spend my time around people that are aligned with my passions? See, these are the questions that I ask myself, and I'm 20 years old right now, but I have these intentions, and I feel like if I don't live by my intentions in the current moment, then I'm robbing myself of the hopes and dreams of tomorrow. Like, I'm betraying my own intentions, my own truth, having that inner faith. Because I'm not following those, I had this inner sense of I'll push it off till tomorrow because there's something a little bit more pressing. There's something that I need to do that is taking priority over my intentions, over myself. I'm placing external over myself. And I don't like how that sits with me. Like, I want financial freedom, or at least a greater financial income. I've been patient to get to a point in my life where I can articulate, understand, and present what I feel in the past 3 years. And I'm hesitant to make a long-term commitment in college so that way I can create the financial outlet that I seek as an end goal. But the reason that I'm hesitant is how I'm getting there. Do I want to be an engineer? No, that wasn't in my radar. Especially in manufacturing, especially in the job field that I'm doing. Like, I mean, it just seemed like an easier outlet. It seemed like it was going to match with my previous ties because I had went into an apprenticeship program when I was in high school as a machinist. I was going to be in the metalwork of America. And I was like, I don't want to get with metal. I kept on hurting myself too much, like work. So I was like, I'll try it again in plastics. And I'm just noticing that I want to be a part of the production. I want to be a part of the production to the marketing to. I just want to be capable. I've been seeking capabilities. I've been seeking to gain better specifics and specializations so that way I'm more applicable into places of problems, which comes from my attachment to people pleasing and being able to be a provider, which is also known as a man, that you're going to be known as in your role as a provider. So I see where my intentions are lying in that aspect to be a part as someone's partner, which comes from my lack of commitments and relationships to where I can have a significant other. So that's where I lack. That's my lack, and that's my intention to fix that lack. But at the same time, my indecisiveness, or my duality, if you want to call it that, is telling me to be true to my intentions and my beliefs and work towards the stuff that is going to serve me best, to fulfill my cup, to where I can actually gain. And I'm like, well, am I gaining in structure or am I gaining in life skills? Because I can see both, and I can see where they merge. I can see in which likeness they're getting it, but it gets to be too mixed. I feel like I'm shook up like water and oil. I like for things to settle and separate so I can find out the trueness of what is and what isn't. So that way I can really hone in on where I need to go. So that way I can move forward and who my truest self is and how I'm going to succeed moving forward in that aspect through the continuum of my own life experience. Beyond just my career and my income. Because income is only just the support. It is only a resource. It's like a reward. It's like the point system. Like, you do your job, you do your life, you experience your life, you get paid for it. You do these things, you complete these tasks, you get paid for it. You help these people, you get paid for it. Same thing. I feel like if I find out what I'm doing in my life and it's a way to benefit people, there should be a way for me to get paid for it. But I don't have the faith in that. I feel like that's not sustainable because I don't have the confidence in myself to where I feel like I can be my true self and actually get rewarded for it, or can be accepted for it, I can be appreciated for it, to a point where I can sustain my own livelihood and continue an income to where I can live my life beyond just the bills and survival and struggling. I feel like I can't do that just being me, so I have to people please and create these alternatives and try to just stretch myself thin in all of these aspects, trying to become quote quote better, so that way I can sustain my livelihood. So that way I can improve my standing, so that way I can live on my own. But living on my own is not just a financial thing. I'd have to commit to being able to doing everything myself. This is just what I want. I bar myself from the trueness of who I should be because of minute money, currency, for minute currencies that I can't currently obtain. I bar myself from all of these things because of minute currencies that I cannot currently obtain. Bills, small things. Any excuse for me to not go forth rightly, to obtain my truest forms, being true in my voice, in my mind, in my being, in how I dress and how I act, how I present myself. I lost my train of thought where I was going to end it with, but I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm faced with an abundance of good, and I feel like I need to do something with it. I'm not sure if I need to stay still or not. If I need to act upon something, if I need to push some stuff away, if I need to really get a discipline down for like a path for everything, or do I just embrace all that it is and lay within the unknown and see where it all takes me. I feel like I need to make a decision somehow for a short term, long term. If I need to know what world am I seeing myself in? How involved and attached I am to these things? What kind of change do I want to seek in myself? What change do I want to see in how I interact with others? And how am I going to be able to create, curate, and forge new relationships and bonds? Be it by friendships, associates, colleagues, etc. I'm doing the hard work. And I'd like to be around like-minded people, people that I can mentor, people that I can be like apprenticed under. Basically, if I can look up to them, if I can rely on them, if I can gain insight with them as the same as they would then that would be fantastic. Now it's the part where how I come across. Which verbatim am I using? Like, how am I speaking? Am I speaking in a familiar sense? Am I speaking in a more intimate sense? Am I speaking more along my very projected and like cut and dry kind of voice? Like, what am I speaking with? These are the questions that I have in my head for the future, for the intentions that I have for my future self, for the life that I want to live. Knowing that there is no real limitation except for the ones you place upon yourself. Recognizing that is one. Being able to change that is two. To be able to use it as a resource is three. Once you've been able to do all of that, you can really gain this clearing insight to what is the next step of finding self. I found myself. Found so much more of myself than I ever thought that I needed to know. More about myself than I feel like I could share with anyone, that they would be able to understand me completely. To share the insights, the constricting beliefs, the conflicts and views, these waves and these phases of self that I felt like I needed to become in order to achieve to a next point. I found so much in myself that I'm able to feel capable in a point where I can achieve greater things. Feel things that I feel like I've never done before. Because that's what I want to do in my life. I want to continually experience. And the greatest thing is, after you've experienced as much as you feel like you've experienced, is to experience it again. But it's never really the same, because it's always a new experience. You're going to meet new people. It's going to have familiarity. You're building reputation. You're building a relationship. You're building familiarity. I keep on saying that because I'm so unfamiliar. I'm so new to things. And I feel like that's the greatest thing. It's like a prestige. You max out and then you prestige. So that's what I have in my head right now. I'm very in my head. I definitely am not stressed though about it. Like, I'm in a good mood. Today's been great. This weekend's been great. I've been able to accomplish new things. I've been able to succeed further in areas that I never thought I would even need to or want to or be interested in. And I'm very proud of myself. I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but I don't know where my intentions are leading me. And I feel like I don't necessarily need to find out where I'm going to land, but as long as I'm in continual motion and building momentum. I don't want to say I'm going fast, but I want to keep a good pace. So I'm finding out how to find timing, finding out what that means to me, the questions in my head that I often leave my mind after they've already spit out of my lips. The thoughts, they just spill out. So I always like to reflect, so I can regain that intention that I so seek. I think that's enough for right now, but this is where I'm at. Peace, guys.